But again, the only reason we're talking about him today is because he was on McAfee Show for an hour yesterday. He wouldn't have been in the rundown today. There would have been no reason to talk about him. So let me just preemptively address anyone's like, why'd you spend so much time talking about Rodgers? Because he spent so much time talking yesterday and he gave us something to talk about. If he had stayed off the show, we wouldn't be talking about him. And that leads in a roundabout way to the next clip. Because he's very, very, very committed to his privacy, which is his absolute right. And in talking about his commitment to his privacy, he made clear what his plans will be once his playing career ends. Here's what he said.
Now I'm out of it. I don't want to be back in it. I don't want to be a part of that. I understand, when I play, if I play, that there's scrutiny, there's attention that comes with it. But I'm fully content on living a private life. But you have people out there that say shit about me and create these narratives and talk about my wife and talk about this and that and search for a wedding certificate and all this different bullshit. Like, we're not living a public life. We're not going to now, not in the future, not ever. When this is done, it's Kaiser Sose, and you won't see me. You won't see me. I'm not doing TV.
Kaiser Sose? I don't think I know what that. Context clues tells me it means disappear.
Usual suspects.
Yeah,
usual suspects. Yeah. I'm not going to be out and about.
Man, I'm disappointed in Pat McAfee that he doesn't know Kaiser Sosa and the usual suspects. I mean, that's our age group, me, him, and Aaron Rodgers. I would think he would have known that for sure.
Usual Suspects, movie from the mid-1990s. Kaiser Soze, the big mystery, the whole movie, who is Kaiser Soze. But the most important takeaway, and to answer a question that was raised last week in reporting about the future of the NBC Football Night in America show, it was suggested by Andrew Marchand of The Athletic that Aaron Rodgers is a wild card to join the cast, which would be extremely interesting and for me, slightly awkward. But as I've said many times, Aaron Rodgers and I have more in common than we have not in common, and I think one conversation would bear that out. But he has made it clear, and he said it before, he's not going to do TV.
Yeah.
And look.
Wishful thinking by our bosses.
Never's a long time. Never's a long time. And, you can change your mind. And what are we going to do? If he would, 2 years from now, call up NBC, Fox, CBS, pick a network and say, I'm kind of interested in doing TV. I'm sorry, you've already said you're never going to do TV. Goodbye. No, they're going to talk to him if he wants to do it.
Yeah,
no one's going to drag him because he said he isn't going to do TV, but that's what he said. And here's the most important part of that for me. Okay, if we follow his logic, here's his logic. When I am done playing, I am going to disappear. Okay? That's what he said. Well, he hasn't disappeared, so he must not be done playing.
Yeah, I hear you. That's it. Look at you, Inspector
Why
Gadget.
is he on McAfee Show for? Why is he on McAfee? I mean, this is high level stuff.
Yeah.
I think I qualify for one of the Herschel Walker police badges, one of the fake badges I can hold up. I think this gets me on the force.
You're funny.
But if he's truly going to disappear when he's done playing and he hasn't disappeared, then he's not done playing. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, basic litmus test. You're right. That does seem a little odd. So yeah, but he's on the fence, and we'll see. The one thing I'll just push back on him a little there is just go. I mean, listen. What did you got married? What did you think was going to happen? We were just going to go, oh, he got married. We don't care who it is. You've been one of the most famous people in the country in the last 20 years. So, of course, people want to know. You call up McAfee, which is one of the biggest shows on TV, and you just go, I want to be on for an hour, and they let you on. And you don't think people are going to go, I wonder what his wife is? Come on. That to me is you're not being fair to the public there. You're not being fair to people like us. Of course we want to know. I mean, I'd want to know people lesser than you that were in the spotlight where I go, damn, they got married. I've never seen a picture of that person. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's human curiosity, especially when you're one of the most famous people in our country and been front and center for the last 20 years. That's where I'll say, come on, man. That's not realistic to think that way.
It gets back to the whole conversation of deliberately building a mystery and then complaining when people try to solve it. It's Kaiser Soze. He set up a Kaiser Soze situation, right?
Yeah.
It ends up being a beautiful and perfect reference because no one knows who his wife is, and he has now, under his version, he has chosen to marry someone who wants nothing to do with the public eye, wants nothing to do with the public life, which I guess you would say, why'd you marry this guy then? Because usually what we see is people in the public eye are cavorting with other people in the public eye, like he did with every other person he ever dated, from Olivia Munn to Shailene Woodley to Danica Patrick, right? I mean, and I don't know, maybe there's more that I'm forgetting, but that's like people who already are saddled with the realities of a public life tend to associate with others who are already in that world because they both are already dealing with it. It becomes very difficult to take someone who has an inherently public life and pair them with someone who has an intensely private life. And then you get this thing where, and we didn't play the clip, but, you know, he talked about all the stuff they're dealing with paparazzi and drones and people trying to take pictures of them. And you know, and he's frustrated by that, and for good reason. But when we don't even know the person's name, I mean, he sounds like Borat talking about my wife. That's all he says over and over again. There's a point where it's going to spark curiosity from people who just like, what's going on here? There's a point where it becomes something that people are going to want to find out. And the more he talks about it, the more people are going to want to find out. Which, if he was done playing, there's no reason to go on with McAfee for an hour and complain about his lack of privacy and profess to the world his desire to have complete and total privacy when he's done playing. Just take your privacy. Just go away. If you're going to go away, just go away. And really, why? I mean, look, I'm not complaining about the fact that he's given us a half hour of content today, but if you're that private, what the hell are you doing on McAfee Show for over an hour yesterday? Be private.
Yeah.
He had no reason to be on there.
No,
I think he's allowed to do it, but it doesn't mesh with this intense desire for privacy.
No, it definitely doesn't, especially when you're doing it on a weekly show. And then that's where, you know, you use the word heel turn or whatever else. It just seemed like Aaron Rodgers was never going to be that guy forever, like you talked about. All his relationships were famous people in the news everywhere. He was at awards. He wanted to be involved in Hollywood and the scene and all that. I blame Tom Brady for his mistakes with COVID for the heel turn of Aaron Rodgers. He got to a point where he's like, damn, screw everybody else. I'm better than Tom Brady. I'm better. And I have no argument anymore. I can't believe it. You put me on any field with Tom Brady, I'm better than him. Golf, I'll beat him. Basketball, I'll beat him. Running race, I'll beat him. You know, who can jump higher? I can jump higher. Baseball, I can beat him. And then a quarterback, we go out there, he can't do anything I can do. But damn, everybody's calling him the GOAT, and I've lost my thing. And then between that and the COVID, I feel like it just turned him over where he just said, screw society. I give up. Screw him. I want out of here. I'm going to do things the way I want to do them from there on out. So that's my own personal crazy theory there. But it just feels like it kind of lined up that way, really.
I don't think you're wrong, though. I can't reconcile an intense desire for privacy with going on McAfee Show for over an hour on a day when there was no reason to do it in the middle of the off season. There's no obligation to do it. He doesn't go on weekly anymore. If you want to be private, just be private. If you want to go away, just go away. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.